Pedro Jimeno is adjusting to life after the family Chantel and working as a real estate agent in Georgia. Despite the backlash, Pedro remains confident and funny on social media. Pedro's split with Chantel is still a hot topic, but he's focused on his goals and weight loss journey. In 2024, after the family Chantel season 5, Pedro Jimeno's working as a real estate agent in the Peach State, Georgia, USA, and trying to put his messy split with Chantel Everett behind him. The family Chantel is now over, and its cast members are adjusting to life out of the spotlight. Pedro, Chantel, and other cast members, including Chantel's parents, Thomas and Karen Everett, still get plenty of attention online. Also, the 90-Day Fiance spin-off series that made them household names casts a long shadow. The shade Pedro's gotten because he left Chantel hasn't stopped him from pursuing his goals, but maybe it's hindered him. Pedro's image has changed so much since his 90-Day Fiance stint. The handsome guy from the Dominican Republic once seemed sweet. Now, it's easy to wonder if he ever loved Chantel at all. He may have planned to leave her all along. It's been a while since the family Chantel Season 1 premiere aired in October 2021. When Season 5 wrapped in December 2023, Pedro was considered a cross between Darth Vader and Don Juan. The shade Pedro's gotten because he left Chantel hasn't stopped him from pursuing his goals, but maybe it's hindered him. Yes, the consensus among the family Chantel fans is that Pedro is a heartless, womanizing scumbag, but he still has his supporters, not to mention his sense of humor. In the Instagram post shown above, Pedro shares a lighthearted look at mispronouncing words. Be sure to watch it as it's quite amusing. Nonetheless, Pedro was blasted by a commenter. They said, "Just so you know, it was your family that hurt your marriage. Chantel's family came around and accepted you, but your family never did. The marriage ended because of you." Pedro's heard all this before and probably doesn't believe it. Everyone's the hero of their story. Sure, he has haters, but Pedro's proud of his Hispanic heritage, and he should be. There's nothing wrong with making fun little jokes on Instagram. While he's the baddie of Season 5, there's more to Pedro than meets the eye. Also, he may have gotten the proverbial villain edit. People are blinded to the fact that he might have had valid issues too. Most fans don't want to consider his point of view. In the family Chantel Season 5, there were some extremely harsh moments, including a wrenching scene where Chantel had to stare at the man who left her while sitting at a conference table. The romance was dead, as seen in the video above. All that was left was the business of splitting up. They needed to sell the home they shared. Pedro wanted to sell the property. He's a real estate agent after all. However, Chantel wouldn't give him that power. She felt totally betrayed, as seen in the clip above. In another scene, she bitterly summed up her point of view. "I know you cheated on me." In 2024, he's making fans listen. While he's turned off comments in the past, he is currently allowing them. Some people are actually rooting for him. As he tries to sell houses and condos in Georgia, Pedro's confidence rarely falters. However, it's very likely that the monster Pedro is hurt by what's been said. Nonetheless, he's strong enough to survive. He seems to believe in himself. He's interested in crushing his goals. He lives in the same state as the travel nurse and influencer, Chantel. However, they're estranged. A little physical distance after a breakup can be very beneficial, but these two may still run into each other sometimes. Plus, they have to hear about each another online. People should consider what it will be like to break up publicly before they commit to reality TV show stints. It can all backfire. While the very publicized split was nasty, with restraining orders, cheating allegations, and more, there is a silver lining, and that's the fact that Pedro has moved into the next stage of his life with his fame intact. How he leverages his notoriety is up to him. He's seen as a cold-blooded con artist and green card hunter who used his pretty face to bewitch and then destroy Chantel. That's too simplistic, but Pedro's no angel either. He and his mother and sister look out for number one. The ruthlessness in the Jimeno clan is chilling. It's unpleasant and unattractive. The lack of warmth was always evident in Lydia and Nicole. However, Pedro tended to sheath his claws. When he started freezing out Chantel, his talons were no longer retracted. People behave horribly during divorces. It's like being in an altered state. Then, things change. Pedro seems like he's doing well now. Chantel still appears to be a bit rattled after a 90-day. The single life stint that didn't lead to true love. The much-anticipated The Family Chantel Season 2 was entertaining. Even then, Pedro and Chantel's relationship was no bed of roses. After constantly getting called out by Chantel's side of the family, it looked like Pedro got a much-needed break during The Family Chantel Season 2. Pedro's mother, Lydia Morel, and sister, Nicole Jimeno, often added fuel to the fire, making things even more challenging for him. Fortunately for Pedro, the focus was on Anjanette Wiley, Royal Wiley's wife. After The Family Chantel Season 2 ended, Pedro worked on his personal fitness and health. At the time, he shocked fans with a selfie that revealed he now has a six-pack. Jimeno said he lost 50 pounds. He was 215 pounds and later weighed 165 pounds. His favorite workout regime was Muay Thai, more commonly known as Thai boxing. Pedro explained that he put on some pounds when he moved to America. The food was great and he overate. He's maintaining his fitness in 2024. Near the end of The Family Chantel Season 2, the couple revealed that they hope to have children of their own one day. I believe right now that we have our goals, and I know that a baby is a blessing, but it needs to be at a good and right time, Pedro said at the time. Despite the wild family drama, Pedro spent quality time with Chantel. Ultimately, they couldn't make it work. They hung in there for 2 more seasons before throwing in the towel in Season 5. This look back at an earlier season shows just how drastic their problems became. They seemed like they had a real shot at being happy together. However, their marriage failed spectacularly. The infamous Starboy Pedro, whose perfect teeth and skin were so irresistible to Chantel, is using his looks and charm to get ahead. That's not exactly a crime. Chantel does exactly the same thing. While she has a lot more Instagram followers and won the divorce due to her authentic heart act, which was truly painful to witness, Pedro is thriving. In the post above, Pedro smiles, looking rested, healthy, and happy. Pedro can't spend the rest of his life apologizing for a relationship that another person also participated in. At some point, people have to grow up and move on. The Family Chantel star is trying to do just that. For Chantel, it may all be much harder.